This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
TikTok had the word Hyperborean banned. Hope I don't get banned talking about it. Y'all, TikTok had the word Hyperborean banned. Like, way to just say it's, like, true. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, hope all is well tonight, you guys. Really do. Let's get this YouTube live popping. Come on, fam. My people. And hit that like screen, y'all. The more likes, it really does. It pushes the live out there. Hella. How you guys doing, though? Man, can you believe the wind? Can y'all believe the wind going on right now? I mean, for real. Yeah, thank you so much for the likes, you guys. Can you guys like, over here on YouTube, can you guys like it more than once? Cody Ray McVeigh, what up, what up? Yeah, dude, this is cool, bro. I found a really interesting story, you guys, and I posted that short earlier about the Earth possibly at one point or another actually growing on our planet, in its lifetime, in her lifetime. I was going to talk about, and obviously we'll touch on the CIA thing that I was tagged in yesterday. Lila Guzman, how are you today? I was going to say Lily. Lila Guzman, how are you today? Like that on that TikTok, getting up to 263 right quick. Yeah, bro, that video went so viral. And dude, like, so what more do you need to see? Like, as far as aliens go, how can they not be real at this point, right? That guy, Mind Hacking Happiness is his page name. If you haven't seen the video, go check it out. He tagged me in a video yesterday, and it was a video of his, I want to say his podcasts, or at least his YouTube, where he had on a ex-CIA employee who recently, there was a loophole of a disclosure agreement, or in a disclosure agreement, that he had signed, essentially, when he joined the CIA, and he was no longer required to uphold his end of this said disclosure. So, you hear that water dripping, bro? It's so I don't freeze. Hold up. Wow. Okay. Rolling, he said. Hey, I can't have it freezing on me, bro. You know how that goes. I can't have it freezing on me. Hey, we country out here, bro. I ain't there yet. I'm still grinding, my guy. You know what I mean? Dude, I'm sorry, but dude, bro, YouTube, you guys gotta do some touch up or something, cause y'all make me look like a damn pasty white ghost. Like, for real. It's bad. I'm just gonna keep it on done or something. They make me look like a pasty white ghost, and I ain't even as white as they portray me out to be. But anyway, sorry, y'all. I'm being a freaking prima donna or something. Yeah, he was interviewing this ex-CIA agent who was no longer required to uphold his end of a non-disclosure agreement. Okay, and this is what the disclosure agreement stated he could not share. What about bubbles? Sorry. Glamour. Almost like 8mm. That's kind of cool. I mean, like, is that annoying? I like Dream. Okay, so I don't know if I like that now. Fucking Glow. No, I don't drink the tap, bro. Nah, Crush is good. I like Crush. Okay, so thank you. Thank you, Ken Smith. I appreciate that, for real. No, I know I'm not, bro. It's, dude, I got a lot going on. I'm super excited about this live too, you guys. Like, so I didn't really have a plan for tonight. I was probably just gonna try and finish the Antarctica Super Soldier Labs. But then I was going through my comments on my shorts platform on YouTube, and I had shared the video of the Earth, the guy that, I don't know if you guys seen it, but if you need to check it out on my YouTube shorts, this gentleman shared a video talking about how, and actually I was planning on showing it on here, how the Earth more or less at one time grew. Okay? That at one time it was all one large landmass, and that it happened to grow. So, right here, let me find my YouTube page here, and I will show you guys the said video. And there was a gentleman who, you know, instead of criticizing, instead of just throwing out shade or hate, he approached it in a manner of, this theory has never been really heavily pondered on. It has been considered, but nobody's really come up with a clear, concise theory behind this. So it'd be interesting to see now, using maybe some science or physics, whatever, if you can, or geology, stuff like that, if you can come up with something, bro, you know? And I was like, bro, challenge accepted. Let's get it, bro. And it just motivated me, and I just started thinking about it. And my first thought, y'all, and dude, that's what's so cool about what the content I'm creating. It's just so cool about it, is I instantly had an initial thought as why the Earth grew. Okay? Instantly. When I was doing my videos on the secrets of the underground Telos city, Lemuria, Agartha, the princess, Sharula Dux, how she came to the surface and she shared with humanity their way of life. What up, Rongs? What's happening, bro? What's happening? It's kind of weird, bro. My live is kind of quiet right now over here on YT, but that's okay. Probably because I'm going too late at night or something. Or maybe they was expecting a video. But hopefully it'll go. But anyway, she shared the secrets of the underground tunnels, how they ended up, that's called a download from source, how they ended up in Agartha, city of Telos, the Atlantean Lemurian Wars. Then they talked about, but in a little intro, she talked about the Hyperboreans. Okay? She talked about the Hyperboreans. So, what she said, and I'm not 100% for sure. Hey, thank you for the crown, bro. I like it. Thank you for any gifts are much obliged.
Who's act?
Hey, cutie, how you doing? Hi, it's Beppis. Beepis. I don't know how to say it, but good to see you. Very good to see you, girl. For sure. I see you doing your live thing over there. Building your little miniatures. It's cute. Y'all should check her out. Hi, it must be, I don't know, maybe your last name. But, yeah. Beepus. Check her out. She a little cutie. She cool. Her vibe's tight. Beppis. Okay, cool. What is that? Is that like, I don't know. It sounds like maybe Greek or something. Duke Dog, what is up? Well, bro, of course I'm going to be distracted by a cute girl. Come on, man. Look at all these people, man. Haters, bro. Instantly, they just leave. But anyway, I don't care. Y'all ain't gifted anyway. No. But, that's bad to say. I shouldn't say that. I love you guys no matter what. But my YouTube people, though, man. But anyway, okay, so dude is like, I want to hear an interesting, concise theory on why or what maybe you think the reason could be, using science and all that stuff. The earth expanded. The earth grew. And it wasn't like it, and of course it happens over time. Of course it happens over time. You know what I'm saying, guys? But at the end of the day, I feel, and I think the guy who was talking about this theory feels, it happened almost instantaneously in a matter of a short period of time. Like something great took place and the world just swelled. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we all know volcanoes erupt and, you know, there's a slow process as to why the earth grows. Okay? That's common knowledge. But I think that at some time in Earth's life, her life, something great took place. And I'm not saying within, you know, I'm not saying it happened in an hour, y'all. But I'm saying it didn't take years. You know what I mean? I'm saying it didn't take years. Like thousands of years. It could have took years, but not thousands or millions of years of time to grow. So, I'm going to show you guys this video real quick. I'm going to show you all this video from my YouTube. And, let me know what y'all think. And then we're going to go ahead and talk about it. Let's go. Night God. Boom. Night God 333 Mariana Trench came up quick. Cool. Says I'm live. I've noticed that the YouTubers too are all a little slower to get to the live. I don't know if like TikTok is just, there's maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's more masses on TikTok a lot more. Okay, hold up. Let me see here. You know, subscribed. 688 videos. All right. I've never actually checked my channel out as a guest. I honestly have not. Is that weird? Should I do that more often? Probably should. Okay, so I'm live right now, it says. Hold up. Videos. I'm going to playlists here. Shorts. Oh, shit. Right here. The earth grew, alright? You guys ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Hey, Real Ghost Hunter, what's happening, my guy? Good to see you. I was checking out one of your videos just the other day, bro. Yeah, Earth is in a rapid expansion. Absolutely. Spiritual leaders, what is up? Love from historic Philly. Great content, young man. Thank you so much. Philly representing. Cool. Hey, I'm appreciating the gifts over here on the talk. What? Less lag over there? YouTube tripping? Is it lagging, y'all? Am I not? I gotta be on the Wi-Fi. No? Good? Okay. Yeah, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. It says, one guy, hey, thank you for the 333. That's what's up. Thank you for the donation, guys. That's awesome. And y'all, I was just looking at the metrics. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be distracted, but I was looking at the metrics, and all these donations make a big difference on my revenue per 1,000. And the higher it gets, and the more donations and all that stuff, the more YouTube loves me. So, and we want YouTube to love me, you know, because, you know, I'm already posting that edgy ass content, y'all. So we want YouTube to love me. All right. And what do you do to make them love you? You make them money, y'all. So, the more the better. Hey, the more the better. You don't have no sound? Tim Burton movie night. I like it, Cody Ray. Can you guys hear me over here on YouTube? Cool. I'm glad you guys hear me good. Broken Smile. Rockford is here. Cool. Sandy Crow. Thank you for being a member. Thank you so much. So, $2. Thank you, Crystal's in. One up. I love it, girl. Thank you so much. Okay, so Expanding Earth. The first thing I thought when he said something about it being educational or trying to find a more or less educational like or more serious reasoning behind it. In the Lemurian Atlantean disclosure or whatever by the Lemurian princess, she said that the Hyperboreans, all right, Summer Breeze, love you, girl. That is awesome. You are too sweet. Too sweet. You gave me $10 last time. So the first thing I thought and what Sharula Duck said was that at one point when Shambhala the Lesser was created, okay? The reason it was even started was because the Hyperboreans, something happened and they called it the mantle of the earth, but it wasn't the crust. It wasn't like the ground. They were talking about the atmosphere. Because it got thinner overnight. All right? And they started getting radiation poisoning because they were not used to the sun's rays with the atmosphere all of a sudden becoming so thin. Thank you, Hammer. Appreciate you. Yes, that's what it's about. And I won't forget it. I appreciate it. What is 17 miles wide? It's Hyperborea? You talking about Hyperborea, bro? I'm curious. But so I started looking it up. That was the first thought I had. What great thing took place besides all the cataclysms and all that stuff? What took place in our planet's history that was unique? And I put two and two together and thought about it. The Hyperboreans had to go underground due to their atmosphere thinning so much that they suddenly got radiation poisoning. What could take place that would thin the atmosphere so drastically, just like that? They said one, meteor. But I would think that they would have had said that if it was a meteor. Sorry, guys. Am I too loud? I would think that if it would have said that if it was a meteor or a war. Even a war, they would have said that as well, the Hyperboreans. The Hyperboreans were considered the pinnacle of humanoids, humans. They were giants. They were the pinnacle, the peak, the perfect epitome of love, light, peace, prosperity. They were considered the golden age of, they lived through the golden age. They almost reminded me of Tartarians in that sense. Except Tartarians came later. So, what they said could take place is a solar flare. Solar flares can thin your atmosphere in one big foul swoop. Okay? So, this is the other thing I found. And this was really, really weird. Okay? And I have more theories coming. These are all just theories by myself. Okay, so just if you guys have any input, if you guys have any input, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear it. Okay, so did you know that during I wanted to play that video for you too. Hold up. I'm so used to my iPhone, I don't know about these back buttons, y'all. They're weird on these Androids. So, during the Mesozoic period, I just wanted to make sure I was saying Mesozoic right. Did you know that during the Mesozoic period, the atmosphere was so dense, so thick, that the entirety of the planet had the same climate? The entirety of the planet had the same exact climate. So, I had heard that and I thought, wow, that's intriguing. So, there was no North or South Pole, more or less. There was, but they were not cold. They were tropical. Okay? So, at that point, and if you read the Auden's Metamorphosis, he talks about this era of man. So, either this, because they say, modern science and archaeology says, and I'm going to tell you why I think the pole's reversed here in a second. I have a theory on that. Okay? According to modern archaeology, the Mesozoic period was between 250 million and 66 million years ago. 66 million being the bottom end of the Mesozoic. Alright? But Sharula Dux, the Lemurian princess, stated that this massive thinning of the atmosphere took place 100,000 years ago. And it's said, and there are theories, that there were giants that walked among the dinosaurs. And I'm not saying this is for sure. I'm just saying what I'm hunching. It's a hunch. What if these periods that they speak of weren't millions of years ago? What if they were just hundreds of thousands of years ago? I've had this theory for quite a while, that the time frame is much smaller than they feel it is. Not millions and millions of years, but hundreds of thousands of years. Why would they do that? To make it seem like reigns on earth were millions of years. To make humanity feel comfortable, like, we're going to run this earth for hundreds of thousands of years, possibly. When in fact, no. Species only turn over every few thousand years on this planet. 10,000, 20,000, 30. Every 10,000. You know? Just a thought. Could be wrong. Like I said. So, the Mesozoic period, scientists cannot figure out what exactly took place or what caused all of a sudden the poles to get thinner in atmosphere and colder. Right? Check it out. Just spitballing here. Bear with me. Just spitballing here. The Hyperboreans would have been super intelligent, super advanced, correct? What if, and I've had this theory as well. I've looked at every planet in the solar system. Take the time to do it and you'll see as well. Every north and south pole looks somewhat similar. Meaning, except for Saturn's, which is a hexagon shaped. Perfect hexagon. Equilateral, same distance. You can look at it. It's perfect hexagon. It's not a hole, the whole thing, but they got a hexagon shape around a central focal point. Okay? And in that central focal point, you got, it looks like winds going into a funnel. They've been creating hollow Earths on planets for billions of years. Advanced civilizations. They've been creating hollow Earths on every planet in our whole solar system. There's hollow Earths on every planet. Yeah, you know what? I actually have heard that all this gas planet theory, all that, Saturn, and this is from a source that's not lying, that knows. And I can't really tell you exactly why he knows, but he knows. There is woodlands on every planet. There is existing life on every planet. And I've also heard that every planet's climate is almost exactly the same. Which is weird to think about. I was trying to grasp that earlier. How is that possible with the whole thing about the sun being distant and all that? But there's always weird stuff. There's always weird stuff. For example, you would think that the Earth's rays are what tear down our atmosphere slowly, just very, very slowly. You lose so many ton of atmosphere a day. It contains like nitrogen, water, oxygen, etc. Well, they assumed. How did they assume it? They assumed that because Earth was closer, they'd be losing more than Mars and Venus, right? They're losing the exact same amount of ton of atmosphere every day. Riddle me that. Riddle me that, Batman. That means the same amount of rays are getting to Mars and Venus as the Earth. Which kind of goes in tune with, well, maybe the climates are the same then, right? Look it up. Guarantee it, look it up. They lose the same ton of atmosphere as Mars and Venus every day. Look it up. You think you're smart? Look it up. I just read it multiple times. I have the source right here on my thing. I have the source right here. On here. You want me to read it out loud because it's by a professor? Will that make you feel better? Look it up. We're losing the same ton of atmosphere as Mars and Venus every single day. Hold up. Let me help you here. It's from a pretty solid source, I think. Legit. Come on, baby. Come on. No. Was this the one? Yeah, this is it. come up from, and how did the Earth's atmosphere end up? Present atmospheres of both Venus and the Earth. Gases from the interior, the three principal gases. Okay, so the present atmosphere of both Venus and the Earth are thought to have formed through the release of gases from their interiors. The three principal gases that release or result from outgassing on Earth are carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and water vapor. Only nitrogen has remained primarily in the atmosphere. Nearly all of the Earth's outgassed carbon dioxide is locked up in carbonated minerals. Now listen to this, because this kind of has a little to do with my expanding theory as well. It says, Earth's outgassed carbon dioxide gets locked up in carbonated minerals that form in the oceans and become rocks on the ocean floor. These rocks are eventually subducted into the interior, which would add to the mass, where the carbon dioxide is released from the rock, recycled back in the atmosphere through volcanic venting. Most of the Earth's outgassed water now forms the oceans. Earth's early atmosphere. Carbonated measurements. Okay, I just wanted to find that one piece that said it may be hard in order to. But anyway, I'll find it. It's here. Possible confusion. I wish I could have highlighted it. Emissivity is the measure of how well a surface will absorb and emit radiation. I should have highlighted it. But anyway, I'll find it, because I'm going to go through it and I'll find it. But I'm telling you right now, it's absolutely true. No, I never said it was. I never said it was flat Earth, my guy. Don't put words in my mouth. I said it's a possibility. And just because it's flat don't mean it can't be hollow. Think beyond, bro. Think beyond. Just because it's flat don't mean it can't be hollow. It ain't like it's a 10 feet thick, flat. Common sense, my guy. Before you just spout off. I'm just saying, it's not. Nobody knows, do you know? Dude, I just say that anything is possible. I don't discount anything. I don't discount anything. If you were in my live the other day, you heard me talking and reading that card from the card game. Okay, so getting back to before I was challenged about my information. I know it was right in the beginning. The Mesozoic atmosphere, the density of the thick Mesozoic atmosphere compared to the density of water, which is crazy to think about. So, the polar shift. Okay? What could have took place? So, you got the Hyperboreans who are dying of radiation poisoning because all of a sudden the atmosphere thinned out of nowhere. I'm thinking solar flare. I don't believe it was a meteor at that time. And I don't believe it was a war either. It was the golden age. Something great took place. A deluge of some sort. Okay? So, all of a sudden, the atmosphere thins so much, the Hyperboreans are conditioned and have been for millions of years to this thick Mesozoic atmosphere. They're like, oh shit, we got to do something. We're dying fast. So, they decide to go into the Earth. to hide from it. Okay? Now, I will sit here and say that in the forming of the planet, when it was initially formed in our solar system, right? It was solid all through. Well, solid and then magma layers and all that layers, mantle stuff, the core. That was legit. That's how it was supposed to be. That's how planets are normally. Untouched planets are whole. They're solid. They're not hollow. Okay? The hollow Earth thing is created. Right? Now, the Hyperboreans probably had the technology, plasma technology, whatever you want to call it. Like one person witnessed it in Antarctica being used to tunnel so many miles a day in solid rock. But it was like a machine of some sort. They used plasma tech to melt down the stone, and it virtually would disintegrate it. Like, there was no piles or deposits of what they carved out. It was just gone. All right? Well, what if, and this is this is just a thought. All right? It's just a thought. What if the Hyperboreans started at one side of the planet when they started boring out hollow Earth and didn't do it simultaneously? What if they made the mistake of boring on the North Pole, or vice versa, just the South Pole, and they threw the center of gravity of the Earth off by taking out a massive chunk of it, and only the top half? You just threw off the center of gravity of Earth like a motherfucker. Oops. Woof. That bitch went like that. And they were like, fuck. Just a thought. And then they were like, okay, well, at this point, they just continued. The planet still has mass, though, bro. I just feel like, bro, I like it. I just feel like it had something to do, even with the pole shift, even if they threw off the magnetosphere by digging out and coring out the Earth. I just feel like you're coring out the Earth, man. You're changing the entire integrity of this planet. And you're talking about metals, elements that were probably magnetic in nature in Earth that they're just getting rid of. You know what I'm saying? Right, they're throwing off the magnetic sphere. And you guys, I've found a video, right? And the gravity as well. Yes, absolutely. Because the gravitational pull, density, all of it. Yeah, well said, Tanya. Yes, absolutely. You're changing the entire integrity of this planet by hollowing it out. Who's to say that didn't totally rotate this planet 180 degrees? They don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody really knows. It's a theory is just as viable as the rest. You know? I just thought, if you're thinking fantastics, if you're thinking possibilities, and that there's a lot of them, right? Why couldn't it be a possibility that they made a mistake when they bored, or they knew it was coming? They knew it was coming, but they had to do it to survive. They hunkered down and let that bitch roll when they carved it out. How you doing, Tiny T? Good to see you. And then maybe it's something. See, and that's another thing too. It's like they said, this guy, gentleman just said that the poles shift every 200,000 years or so. Are we sure? Or did it just happen once and now we're good? I know we're on a tilt. Anonymous hero. Gen 6 has a video where he talks about the tech they use now to dig. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sure. The guy said they had to build large enough chambers for the giants. Yeah. And dude, y'all, I'll guarantee you inner Earth is bigger than the surface. You know what I mean? As far as actual land mass goes. Okay? So, you know what else happens? They said that if the Earth, I just kind of Googled it just to dabble with the idea of it. What if the Earth lost its atmosphere? Okay? Did you hear the statement I just read? If the Earth, about the carbon dioxide emissions and how they gather in stone, they sink to the bottom of the ocean, and then it's subdued within the Earth. Right? Well, if all of a sudden you went from an atmosphere that is as dense as water vapor to an atmosphere that's more or less just as dense as just a regular gas, you're thinning it hella. So now you're going to get all these rays of sun that you weren't getting before. Radiation poisoning, right? And they said each planet, depending on reflectivity and stuff like that, will absorb radiation at a different rate. Well, at this time, Earth was mostly jungle and tropical. Plants do absorb radiation, so they're absorbing a lot of it. All right? Well, in the process, you're thinning the atmosphere. So, could it be, they said that if we completely lost the atmosphere, the ocean waters would boil. Alright? So, could there have been, if it, say, thinned to a quarter, a tenth of what it was, all of a sudden now, you got a lot more water vapor giving off, radiation, carbon dioxide, right? The carbon dioxide, as they said, is getting absorbed into rock and stone on Earth. Increasing density, it sinks to the ocean. All of this is happening fast, though, on a scale of colossal, like a colossal scale. So all of this rock and all this subdued rock with carbon dioxide, which is the building block of life, and it's getting subdued into the Earth at once. You're displacing land masses, water, all kinds of stuff. You have a good night too, my guy. And at once, it's creating a swell effect. Layers on layers on layers. Hey, thank you for the paper crane. I appreciate you. And then, now check this out. You're getting all of this vapor, this water vapor, is going into the atmosphere. It doesn't suspend there. What does it come back down as? Rain. Now you're getting torrential downpours, probably for weeks at a time. So not only are you expanding the landmass, you're adding water too, which floats land masses and expands it. In more or less, I don't know, a couple years. A combination of all of that. So this is just a theory, as I said. Yeah, and I think they have. This guy says, I know, right, though? For real. Like, I seriously could feel that shit, like, when I was thinking about it, like, and it's, you guys, I'm kind of breaking it down to simplicities, like, cause I'm honestly, dude, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm some physicist or some geologist type guy, bro. Like, I'm just reading it and trying to grasp it myself, and at the same time, you know, they're talking their lingo, their next level PhD shit, and I'm just Mr. Creator over here trying to grasp it all and put it all together in my head. Yeah, dude, science, dude, yeah. And that's what was, dude, and that's what's crazy. Like, if you ask me to compete with some scientists on this shit and their scientific theories that they think they've proved, yeah, I'm going to lose all day. But my thought process is like your guys' thought process. Anybody who watches my lives and is vibing with my content, we all are on the same page. We've stopped putting limitations on our thought process by humanity because, well, we realize humanity is probably close to the dumbest species as far as humanoid ETs, humanoid type intelligent inhabitants go. You're not, you know, from basically above apes and up. We are not even close. I'm going to tell you that right now. So, it always just makes me chuckle inside a little bit when I hear people try to say, well, archaeology says this, science says this, and we have done great things. I'm not going to sit here and say we haven't as a species. We've done great things. But let's say maybe we were probably anything really great that we did, we were probably fed by a silver spoon. We didn't even know it. By them. Right? And can we grasp it? Kinda, sure. But at the end of the day, yeah, our science is nothing. We might as well just, I mean, not reset, but like keep the stuff that, you know, certain things. But as far as like carbon dating, like eras, when we think the dinosaurs roamed, giants, our creation, as far as, you know, and I'm not saying God, you know, God's not real. I'm not saying that. There is a source energy, but evolving from apes, stuff like that. Like, dude, I've read the Russia's Alien Book of Secrets and know more than most conventional professors, probably even at like the University of know. on the reality of where our world sits and what the history of it really is and what it looks like. How many species have been here? What they've done, how many wars, great earth wars have took place, the real size of the giants that have roamed Earth, Bigfoot. I can keep going. You know, vibes, energy, consciousness, all that. Yeah, we don't know. Well, there's a lot of history, guys, that we are totally weather warfare. Absolutely. Yeah. HARP, all that. Black goo, yep. Black goo. It's best to be called black goo or venom black goo. Don't eat sausages, rissoles, burgers. Hey, no, for real though. Hey, facts on that. Meat is not a natural part of our diet at all. Nope. Meat actually causes aggression, and mostly it can relate to negativity, and I tear it up. So I got, you know, I got too much possible like implantation of reptilian in my DNA, not to crave a little meat. Yeah, no, Vicky May. They found one on Crete Island right before Christ, at 71 feet. But they're a lot bigger than that in reality. Can you take a look at my SC? What's that? Our DNA does need it to an extent now. Yes, it does to an extent. As far as the meat goes, the protein, yep. What did you say, bro? This guy says. Oh, I don't, dude. Snapchat won't take me on as a creator, so I don't fuck with Snapchat. Excuse my language. Surely the majority of scientists have NDAs, non-disclosure. Oh, they know more than we think. Sure. Non-disclosure agreements with Gov. Anytime a freelancer wants to speak outside of public knowledge, they get buried and labeled kooks real quick. And that sucks, dude. I hate to say it. Oh, super chat. I think I'm going to do something like that with my members, though. So, yeah, no, like, because they, so, if they would just be right off the rip, if they would have just told us and disclosed us the truth right off the rip, right? We would know and advance so much faster than we are right now. Super chat. He wanted to have a super chat. Oh yeah, the McDonald's burgers, y'all. I just had a double quarter pounder the other day though. They're good, but God, I don't even know. Like that's once every forever. You can see Ken Smith. Check out. You dabble with YouTube, my guy? Oh man, Inner Earth is the shit. Some dude was just recently telling me how, and this is weird. He said, bro, you need to redo your Diary of Admiral Richard Byrd because you're wrong. He said, Operation High Jump and Admiral Byrd found that landmass or hollow earth at the North Pole. And I said, no, you're wrong. His first flight in 1926, where he claimed he made it to the North Pole, but they later said he did not because of his numbers not adding up. When in fact he did lie about his numbers, but that's not because he didn't make it. It's because he went to Inner Earth. So, yeah, he did go to Inner Earth at the North Pole, but like anybody who really knows, Operation High Jump took place at the South Pole. In theory. Right? He claimed that the German World War II Army made an alliance with the Flugelrods, who were the beings that had the flying saucers that escorted Admiral Byrd to the master, if you will, to speak. Which, looking, so he said that the Flugelrods attacked, and the reason they had to go back early was because the Flugelrods attacked and they followed them the entire, like halfway back, like for a couple days, and they pushed them back without even letting them in. I just don't, that's just not even the right, that's just so off to me. Doesn't make no sense. But if, because I'm looking at Hyperborea right here, what does that look like? What does Hyperborea look like? Oh, shit. Well, here, let's Google it. I'll tell you what, Android don't hold a candle to iPhone either. I've been dabbling with both, and that S21, as far as a creator goes, if you guys want to be a creator, get the 12. Don't even waste your time with no Android. I don't care what one it is. Either get the Tesla probably or get the 12 or the 13. Android's terrible. They lag. The processor's slow. It's not even close to the iPhone 12 Pro. I can't even hardly make videos on it because every time I do, I'll try to go back and edit it, but then my voice will get off with my sound, like clockwork, every time. My voice will get off, or my mouth movement will get off with my sound, my voice. So I'll be like talking like this and it'll be saying something completely different. I'm like, I can't even, like, what is this? So then I just get my iPhone out. Mostly I did it for storage purposes. Okay, so here's Hyperborea supposedly. Alright? Now, what are they presenting Hyperborea as? You guys? And this is why I consider Flat Earth to be a theory that's viable. I don't care, dude. That is Hyperborea. And look at the grid lines, just like I said. Look at the grid lines. Look at the longitude lines. Latitude, fatitude. That's how I always remember that. Latitude, fatitude. And look what's right in the center. Latitude, fatitude, meaning latitude, the earth is fat around, right? Fat belly. Latitude, fatitude, longitude, north and south. Just a little trick, I don't know, for you, though. Not saying you guys wouldn't know, but just, that looks just like Flat Earth depicted. I'm sorry, but it does. And right at the center of it is Hyperborea. Surrounded by what? Ice wall. But I always have the theory, too, in the back of my mind that it's just a flat portion of another planet. That we're on just a section of a larger planet. Possibly. Or layers of surface, sure. But no matter what, it's not, even if it's flat, it's got depth, guys. Even if it's flat, it got depth. Endless plane. Okay? Could be an Earth. So, also, you guys, like a layer cake, sure. Yeah, maybe not. Everlasting life in the realm would be hell. Well, it's not, it's everlasting to their choice, okay, guys? It's everlasting by their choice. They can astral travel and leave their body whenever they want. Whenever they've deemed they've been on Earth long enough, they've learned what they needed to learn, attained what they needed to attain, they just leave their body and leave it behind. Yeah, sure. Oh, inner Earth is real. Did you guys, for those of you that don't or haven't checked out my Lemuria video, did you know that in Agartha they don't even teach about death? They don't even talk about it. In Agartha, they do not even know what death is. From birth, they avoid that whole topic. So guess what? Since they don't know about death, they only know what they know. And that's, you can live as long as you want in your body until you decide it's time that you've learned enough. You can astral travel, and when you want to, go back to the spirit realm, leave that body behind. Just like that. It's up to you. It's all what you want to do. Some people leave after 600 years. Some people are still 30,000 years old down there. Fought in the last great Earth War. God, I'd love to talk to one of them. That would be a absolutely awesome podcast, right? The information alone, the pure information and honesty and truth, boy, priceless. Truly priceless. That's exactly what I'm saying, Papa Squid. Not knowing about death keeps you alive. Not knowing about death keeps you alive. In Inner Earth, at 35, they stop aging. And they are that the rest of their lives. So guess what happens in Inner Earth? They're very appreciative of life. They don't take each other's lives. The crime is low. They don't have crime. Everybody treats others with kindness. Everybody's cautious and caring. Because it would be a colossal mistake to die. Instead, now, we live 100 years if we're lucky. So guess what mentality we got? You only live once. F it, right? Only got so much time on this earth. Might as well get it in. When we should be thinking preservation of life. We do, but you wouldn't be so quick to take a life. Wars wouldn't happen. You know what I'm saying? If people had that thought process, that of value of life. Yeah, raid Walmart entrance. So to kind of maybe, I don't know if I'm going to wrap up this live with that, but after this or not yet, I might hang out a little longer. But I want to read just a quick overview of the Smoky God. I think it's based on true events. Myself. Yeah, the thought of death is absolutely scarier than the process for sure. I would think, and I wanted to say this little side note as well about the aging in Lemuria or Telos, Agartha. They have found, from way back in the day, they have found native children who were left behind, tribes, whatever. Even probably back, even in the when basically the white man got here and all that took place. Sometimes, more or less, they'd pick up a stray child every once in a while in Agartha, who these children would have the concept of death and age. Well, when they took them into Agartha and taught them their ways, guess what? They stopped aging. Some of them are still alive today. A couple 100 years old. So, there's something to be said. That's something that is instilled by you know who and them and they. Right? Probably why? Well, probably because of the overpopulation issue. I watched a TikTok the other day, this dude who looked like an island goer, African American gentleman, young, probably high 20s, low 30s. He's like, don't call me on my birthday. Don't hit me up on my birthday. I don't know when my birthday is. He said they start when you're a child. He says, it's a spell. He goes, it's a spell. It's a cast negative magic, dark magic spell. How old are you? How old are you? They're instilling the thought of age, older, death in your mind from a seedling, from a little chitlin. Right? From the start, from day one, the first year. Happy birthday, that's a spell. If we just stopped talking about age, quit counting. Yeah, I got you, Eddie Castellanos. Maybe we would stop aging. Because our cells every 3 years regenerate through our entire life. If that's the case, then why do we age? Right here. It's right here. There has been, oh my God, all right, my guy, I got you. There's been a gentleman, though, who supposedly had lived from the 1800s, who's still alive today, who's never aged. I forget his name. I'll take it. I'll take another $5, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that's cool. But I'll get you. Yeah, see, there you go. You blow out your candles and make your wish to the black sun. That's what she just said. And gravity. No. Every word. Our whole alphabet, probably. Okay. Let me read. I'm going to read you guys The Smoky God. It's cool as hell. And actually, I'm thinking about actually getting the whole book and checking it out. And reading the whole thing. I want to read that and then there's another one where a kid gets lost in the cave system. He gets lost in the cave system. He ends up hanging out with this family of tall whites. There's a name for that. There's the name of that book. You need divine connection for protection. You must pray to your higher self as well. Yeah, we need to get on that, God is Gangsta, awesome name. Michael Orr. Mount Shasta, no. It talks about real energy in it. No, that's not the one. Okay, the mysterious ancient civilization of Hyperborea. This is a cool ass story, y'all. Definitely something legit. Hyperborea definitely existed. And also, I saw a video of Inner Earth, right? In the 1980s. Interesting. And thank you so much for the donation too, brother. Yeah, see, Jake, you missed it, bro. You would have loved the conversation earlier. It was your jive, bro. About the atmosphere and how it thinned, and we were trying to figure out the Earth expanding. Oh, and I wanted to show you guys that video too. Hold up, let me find this damn page. Got too many apps open. Get out of here, TikTok. Get out. Meow. Oh, I never did show you guys that, though. That's whack. Search. Night God, Trey. Okay. You guys, I'm making you watch it real quick. Sorry, guys. Playlist. Shorts. Oh, unavailable videos are hidden. Yeah. I hid some videos that are a little too edgy. Of course.
Actually grew. See, we're told to believe that we are your technicians and office staff spending valuable time
nice and advertised.
appointment reminders to
Let's
customers.
go.
Have you considered automating those processes? The average field routes customer, who staffs 2 to 3 technicians.
Sorry, guys.
Mandela effect that has to do with the Statue of Liberty? I just checked some Google usage stats that
Come
blew
on.
my mind. If you take a look at them for yourself.
Stop. Sorry. Hold up.
So here's our planet as it is now, but I'm going to prove to you how our Earth actually grew. See, we're told to believe that we had one large landmass, but the fact is our planet actually grew. All the continents fit together perfectly, just like a puzzle piece, only on a much smaller planet. You're told to believe that our planet just slid around willy-nilly on little plates. The truth is, it actually grew. This is also why ancient civilizations were able to build pyramids all over the Earth. This is a map of the ocean floor. Blue is the oldest, red is the
All the
newest.
red's the newest.
So
The
if we
fault.
pull these back together, based on their color, you'll see that the Earth grew. The colors also indicate what direction the continents were being pulled. But it doesn't take a genius to see that these continents fit back together perfectly.
Does that not make sense though? Like every picture I've seen of Pangea, right? Every picture I have seen of Pangea, every one had water around it. Who's to say that? Who's to say the Earth wasn't just a big solid mass and there wasn't any water quite yet on the surface? It probably had to be that way at one time, right? I don't know. Hard to say. But that fault line, did you guys notice something about that fault line? It runs from the north to the South Pole, where the Sims holes are. Both the entrances to Middle Earth. Just saying. I don't know. I swear drilling out Middle Earth had something to do with the pole shift. All of it. All of it. And yeah, of course, yeah, it's still growing, absolutely. And that makes sense, too. The water came from Earth during the Great Flood of Noah. Could they have all been related? That was another thought I had. The thinning of the atmosphere. Think about it. Thinning of the atmosphere. All of a sudden now, you got a lot more water vapor coming off. The water vapor rises to the atmosphere. Then what? You get rain for 40 days and 40 nights. Great flood. Right? Shifting of the poles. Cataclysms. All kinds of crazy shit. And now you got expansion of Earth. All in one go. That's what I'm saying. Pangea was split by the rain and the earthquakes. All of a sudden you get so much rain. Guess what? Land is buoyant. It sinks, but there's certain sediment that is buoyant. So the more water, you're pushing up the land. In some cases. Not all, but some. Thank you, Dragonfire. There's a chill in the air. Why you say that, Kiki doll? It's good to see you too, by the way, girl. I always love seeing you. What'd she say? What'd Sarah say? The Vishnu Puran says that after 420,000 years, humans will only be around 1 inch high. What? And there will only be islands, bro? That's crazy. Life can't exist without water, though. Yeah, I agree with that on that tip. So there would have probably been lakes, streams, and they probably would have figured out how to dig wells to get to the water. Because I do believe that in the formation of Earth with the asteroids and the ice, that in the formation there was a lot of melting water that got enclosed into pockets, obviously, the water table. And like right, who? And like right, not too long ago, they said that recently, they said there's actually, what did they say? Up to 9 to 10, or no. Double? They said double. The Earth has double the fresh water under the surface of the Earth than there is ocean water on the surface. Double the amount of water under the surface as there is on the surface, and oceans included. That's saying something. Yeah, the plates, and dude, yeah, the plates and like conventional, the tectonic plate movement, all that stuff, yeah. That makes a big difference too. They say, and I read that, they say that when the tectonic plates slide, that with the one that's diving, that takes a lot of water under the surface of the Earth with it. Which makes sense because it's absorbing all that water and it's probably got a lot of water in it. So, and all this land is saturated. So it's taking all this water way under the water. Now you're in the process of that. In the process, it's going to filter out the salt and become fresh water. It's going to filter out the salt sooner or later and become fresh water. Small ball of water with some land on it. I like that, Christine Fenn. Okay, so I got to read this guy's Smoky God real quick because he's going to get mad at me here. I'm promising him. I keep getting sidetracked. I get excited about the shit, you know. Hold up here. You guys, let me know if I'm talking too loud, too. I gotta watch that sometimes. These mics pick up everything, and if I'm being too loud, let me know. I got used to when I was making videos. I notice when I make videos. So when I make videos, I can't use this mic. If I use this mic when I make videos, there's too much of a time gap from when I talk to when it starts the next scene. So I always use the phone mic for the videos. So I talk loud in my phone mic, but I think this bitch is next level. It's one of those blue mics. They're nice. But they just look so much more professional in my lives when I got these. Am I talking too loud, Kurt White? Thank you, dude. Serious, bro. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to be obnoxious. I'm usually not trying to be overly loud like that. I appreciate the honesty, though. Thank you. Okay, so. Okay. Yeah, this story was really cool. I'm just going to read this whole article. Just as Plato had cited the Egyptian legend of the sunken island of Atlantis, the Greek historian Herodotus mentioned the Egyptian legend of the continent of Hyperborea in the far north. Writing in 1679, the Swedish author Olaf Rudbeck identified the Proto-Atlanteans with the Hyperboreans and located the latter at the North Pole. In Greek mythology, the Hyperborean people lived beyond the north wind. Beyond the north wind. When I watched a video of the 1980 Russian space probe, okay, they had film of the north entrance to inner Earth. Beautiful. I can show you guys. Like, I'm going to show you. I'm pretty sure I posted it. Hold up. I thought I posted on my shorts. I'm like 99%. It's older though. Okay. Bam. And playlist. Let's see if it's in my shorts. It'll be towards the earlier ones. Not all of them are in this folder though, unfortunately, because I didn't start this folder until later. I tried. No. Y'all, I was watching that guy, what's his name, the dog trainer? The guy that claims to have the dude, it's kind of wild. They look, dude, those Bigfoots, y'all, I wanted to talk about that too, dude. I had so much shit in my mind I wanted to talk about tonight. So many different topics. Today was a productive day. I'm getting better at this. Trying to be productive. I should have posted probably a video, but I feel like my lives make up for videos at times. Would you agree? I mean, I feel like my lives make up for videos. Here, let me see. Oldest, let's see. It'll be older. 398 views. Hold on. Come on, baby. God, it took me forever to crack YouTube, y'all. Bringing back memories. Hold on here. Come on. I know I posted it, damn it. I posted a lot of videos, though. YouTube's definitely one of them pages where, like, y'all, I've posted some of the same videos 3 times as I've gained subscribers, so they'll go viral. Because when I didn't have no subscribers, they wouldn't go viral. It's not like TikTok's algorithm in that sense. That's one thing that's to be said about TikTok's algorithm. Anybody can go viral any given day. Come on, man. Where you at? This video is very cool. If I could sign into TikTok with my phone's off. I'm still waiting on my damn YouTube code. God, that's been a freaking pain in the ass. It's like, I wish, can't they find something different than that? Snail mailing a code to my house? Come on, man. It's just outdated, bro. Figure something, other form of identification out. Oh, don't tell me. Come on. Where you at? I know I posted that shit. Come on. Where you at? It's a really cool video. I had it on my TikTok. I'd already damn done found it. If I could log on my TikTok. I guess I could have just created a new freaking profile. All planets hollow theory. The giant. The other giant. Come on, baby. I gotta be getting close. The other giant. Bigfoot sighting. Eagle. Come on, baby. The Space Force video is crazy. Oh man. Too many videos. Holy crap, bro. That's irritating. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm not organized as well as I should have been with that tip. No way. Bruh. I guess I should have just fucking whatever. And dude, I was gonna post that today and never did. I guess I didn't post it. What the fuck? I know I had it one time though. My bad. That was a huge waste of time. If you guys check it on my TikTok, after I read the story, I'll come back to it. So I don't get too sidetracked. My bad, y'all. See, that's the inconvenience, you guys. I've been like, dude, like, ugh. It's like I got money sitting out there and I can't do nothing. Bro. I've been waiting 9 weeks for my YouTube code. All because I went to my mom's to live, forwarded it, dude, and they won't take forwarded. They'll send it right back. So then I'm back at my real address. Dude, I ain't pay my car insurance or nothing, y'all. That's how it is. And I got over $3,000 waiting. As soon as I get it. It's like, come on, man. Sometimes you swear forces are like moved against you at times. You feel like that sometimes? Dude, bro, like, it's killing me. Like, it's killing me, bro. It's killing everything. Like, I'm a week late on my car insurance. Haven't got my car tags either. None of that shit. It's like, why did I even go to my mom's? Why? I should have just stayed at my fucking property, done with me, dude, bro. People just gotta try and interfere with your shit, and it's like, get out, dude. You know what I mean? Leave me alone. I'm a grown-ass man. People just think they gotta fuck with your flow all the time. Especially, it's weird. Especially when you start to win a little bit, you know? Then people really gotta mess with your flow. You know what I mean? And act like, oh. Alright. So, Swedish author of Olaf Rudbeck identified the pro-Atlanteans with the Hyperboreans and located the latter at the North Pole. In Greek mythology, the Hyperborean people lived beyond the North Wind. What I was going to show you is there's a constant suction into the Sims holes of wind. And also, the atmospheres above the North and South Pole, sorry, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to yell. Let's sit back. The atmospheres above the North and South Pole are thinner. Could the suction from the poles have something to do with that? Yeah, sorry, bro. I get excited. My bad, man. My bad. Right? I appreciate y'all. I'm just so passionate about this shit. I fucking love it. Dude, I totally live for this shit. Like, really. I live for this shit. So it's like, it had a heavy suction. It was like, dude, it was crazy. And I noticed that on all the All the other planets. All the other planets. Go look it up. Take your time. Go to Google Earth and look up the poles on each planet in our solar system. You will see a hole and you will see suction. You'll see a tornado go into that sucker. Yeah, that's what it's about, Sandy Crow. Thank you for being a member too, by the way. Google Earth's not fake news. But yes, Google CIA. The hum. Interesting. Vortex. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to add a little tidbit too about the Anunnaki and the ape. We didn't evolve from apes. We were crossbred. We're hybrids with apes. So, you guys want to know the difference between hybridization and chimera? God didn't give Satan the ability to create, but he could Frankenstein, meaning he could take parts from different beings and put them in one. That is a chimera. Hybridization is the crossing of two DNA samples and the result of that crossing is hybridization. Chimeras are Frankenstein animals with like the lion with the scorpion tail in the Bible and the dragon wings. Those were abominations. Frankenstein, I like that. Jake, Frankenstein was a soft disclosure. I like that. But yeah, no, I heard something about that don't eat pork thing. Where he forced, him to eat pork. No, we're not. So how we were created was the Anunnaki. And dude, y'all, I've been having revelation after revelation lately, bro. Just wait. I got more. The Anunnaki took a strand of their DNA, and then we had that when they got here, there were apes on Earth that were native to Earth, and they intertwined Anunnaki DNA with the apes, and then obviously the Anunnaki DNA is stronger, or they made it so we didn't come out hairy and ape-like. We're more Anunnaki-like. But the apes were like the bodies, like the more or less like the platform. The apes were the platform, and the Anunnaki DNA was the big one, the big portion. You know what I mean? So yeah, pretty crazy shit. Pretty crazy. And then I think the Draconians even kind of dabbled in there a little bit too, to be honest. And dude, I used to never say... See, I knew we didn't evolve from monkeys, damn it. I always fought that one. I knew we didn't evolve from monkeys, damn it. I knew something great took place. Not just we were monkeys at one time and evolved. BS. I've known that since day one. Since day one of starting to study this shit. So, real quick, y'all. Jacob's pretty smart. He's pretty good with stuff. This gentleman hit me up. Yeah, bro. Like, at the end of the day, dude, like, I gotta keep coming up with stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I just got to. So, this dude, right? He hit me up. He's epileptic. He has serious epileptic fits, right? And now that I think like I do, I think different. I'm not sitting here going, well, medically, what's wrong with him? I'm thinking more on a extraterrestrial level, right? I'm thinking more galactical and human species level. Like, what is epilepsy, right? Well, he told me that when he would have these epileptic fits, he started telling me of visions that he was having of his past life, present. One time, he predicted the future, saw his future. He said he's done that more than once, predicted the future. This one's crazy. Listen to this one. Listen to this one. He said one time he had an epileptic fit, and he was in on my live on Facebook when I told the story about the prisoner who died, and he said that when he died, he was in a pitch blackness, and he could hear evil around him, whispering in his ear, gremlins growling and grunting and laughing, and then a white light came. Well, he said he had the same thing happen when he was having his epileptic fit, and he don't feel it. He just goes into a dream state. It's probably his body. Well, here we just listen to me for a second. He woke up in a pitch black, just like this guy did. Okay? He looks around, but he can hear it, and he can feel the evil around him. He looks over. There's a female sitting on the bench. He said she was so beautiful. The most beautiful woman that he had ever seen. She drew you in no matter what. He said if it was the devil, she'd have got me. You know what I mean? He said she was very persuasive and very probably a succubus, but very persuasive and very just cordial, mild-mannered, very, very decent, very subduing. He said he went over to her, said, "What's going on here?" And she said, "Sit down with me. Let's have a... What up, Jeremiah? How's it going, buddy? Good to see you here. Sit down with me. Let's have a drink." They sat down, and he said he drank Crown Royal. He said he drank Crown Royal with her and had a beautiful conversation. He said, if it was the devil, it was over. You know, he said she was totally manipulating him and trying to get him. Okay? But it doesn't mean it was the devil. It could have been a light in the darkness, too. I wish I would have told him that, but I thought that at first. I thought light in the darkness. So he sat there and had Crown Royal with this woman, full-on conversation, finally came to out of a seizure. He said he spit up Crown Royal. But before that, he had never drank in months. Never drank in months. His wife couldn't believe it. Could smell it on his breath. Never touched it. Never picked up the bottle. So real. He was in an alternate dimension? Possibly? So, next, what else did he tell me? Oh, I had one in my mind. He drank with her at Crown Royal. Oh, he told me another good one. I had one in my mind. But he woke up drinking the Crown Royal. It was so real. He said that he's dreamt about World War III. He dreamt about World War III. He thinks sooner than later, but not sure. I'd go into full detail, but I'd probably get booted off TikTok. But he also said, so it'll come to me. Anyway, he has these dreams, right? Every time he goes into epileptic seizure. He said I'm the first person he's ever told that one to, about the devil lady. I said, do you use cannabis? Yes, doesn't work. And, I'm thinking, remember that story, were you guys in my lives? When I talked about it earlier, I talked about the gentleman, my boy Monstro, who had been born with that third eye, right? That bump. What if epileptic seizures are trying to get on the consciousness plane, but they don't quite understand the ability, so they're short-circuiting, overload. What if that's epilepsy? They're trying to get into that consciousness plane where we were at one time in our history, and they're short-circuiting because they don't understand it. They don't know what's going on. He's reading the future. He's seeing past lives. Bro, he's trying to get on another level. But he can't because he don't understand it, so he short circuits. And he epileptic seizures out. It's basically a organic computer that's having a fit. Right? It's an organic computer that's having a fit. That's all it is. I told him to start meditating and trying to tap into his third eye. Start meditating. Try to get in your pineal, bro. Watch. If he really does it. He didn't even know what his pineal was, bro. He didn't even know what his pineal was. Like buffering. Yeah, more or less. Absolutely. It makes total sense. I said, get in your pineal, my guy. Start meditating. His crystal's malfunctioning, y'all. That's what it is. His crystal's malfunctioning. He needs to get back and decalcify it and get back to his crystal. You know what I'm saying? Watch, dude. I told him, if he does it, I'll swear to God, watch. It will stop. There is something like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something that they're holding us back from, and they know it. They know that shit. He's trying to do something he don't even know how to do, but his evolution has already done it. Like he's trying to do something that his being knows how to do or wants to do, and his cross or his hybridization, whatever you want to call it, wants to do it, but he don't know how. So he's malfunctioning in the process. He's twitching out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling ya. So I got me to thinking too about this, y'all. I don't know, man. I was just on a day today, bro. Autism. Right? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go there. I don't know. What did we talk about when we read the Book of Enki? What were they doing a lot of? Could that be a glitch from that? In their DNA? Could it be like that? They're trying to get to the next level too? Or, you know what I'm saying? There's just something there that has to do with the next level, consciousness, disclosure. It's even, because what can they do? They can do great things, like I don't want to call them ticks, but you know what I'm saying? Like one could draw off just memory and wouldn't miss a detail. Like whole cityscapes, right? You remember that guy on YouTube? He'd fly a helicopter over it, and he could draw it from a bird's eye view to a T, just flying over it once. You know what I mean? There's something there, y'all. I think it's fixable. That's all I'm saying. I guess I'm always just trying to think for betterment of humanity, bro. Like, I have a friend with epilepsy. I have a friend whose son's autistic. I think there's more than just medicine that can do it. You know what I'm saying? There's more than just medicine that can do it. That's all. I think there's something more. There's something more. There's a bigger picture, something greater, that's causing it. Frequencies. There you go. Now you're feeling me, bro. Yes, frequencies. Could be in the womb. Could take place in the womb. Who knows? It's something like that, dude. It's more divine than it is medicine. It's more evolution than it is medicine. Yeah. Spiritual, sure. Sure. Spiritual. I like that too. Yes. You're talking, I don't even like saying it because, dude, and I'm not trying to get on this like natural. Am I sounding like a natural path? I'm not trying to sound like that. I'm trying to sound like an extraterrestrial path or something, bro. Like just a higher, something different. Like something more, it's like a key that could unlock it. It's something simple in our being. Right? Head of deliverance. What's that? Vibrations. Yeah, vibe, baby. Just vibe with it. Dude, everybody's hitting me up about that DMT crap. Possibly. Everything is waves, yes. Unlocking true peer potential. Yes. Yes, my guy. What, how am I missing this Sarah? Oh, no, I'm not. I saw her earlier. So if we could train our minds to meditate under server strain, we could break the boundary. Possibly. Are you guys epileptic? Our vibrations, yes. Quantum. Maybe we can get connected telepathically to the gods and ask them to give us knowledge that what they would do based on what we deserve. But I've heard that most of the people go hiding after receiving that. Yikes. It's possible autism was created on purpose. Possible. No, I'm not saying they need fixed, my guy. You're taking that out of context. It just might be something simpler than people think it is. People like to sway towards the negative. Yeah, yeah. See, I've been hearing a lot about this DMT, and I would just, my advice, you guys, stay away from that and just go to the natural. Psilocybin. I watched, oh, Sarah, there you are, girl. I watched my hands crawl down off my lap across the floor. Yes. That's awesome. Dude, I'd love to chill with some monks for a minute. I would, bro. Unlock with meditation, not medication. Amen. Oh yeah, autistic kids are smart. Yeah, step by step on meditation. I'm not even like, I wouldn't even sit here and pretend. I'm not gonna sit here and like pretend I have this set routine. Mostly, dude, when I do it, I got these stones like tiger's eye, amethyst, stuff like that, and I got those in my hands, right? Quartzite, and I vibe them, and I just keep them in my hand, and then usually what I do is I just take, and maybe I will do a routine. Thank you, Kelly B. I appreciate you. And maybe I will do a routine. But mainly I just start out by doing deep intakes and exhales. And I do that. Until I feel like, okay, that kind of sets you in to the peace, okay? And then you'll almost like not even consciously do it, but just naturally start taking regular breaths without even noticing you do it. And you continue and you think your thoughts. Think about things. Don't matter, whatever just comes to you. You'll think about your day. You'll think about problems you're having probably. But that's the idea. Think about them then and get them out. Release them. It doesn't have to always be no thought or just positive thought in meditation. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have, there's no like criterion. But there is certain processes, like you're supposed to, every time you breathe in the oxygen, you're supposed to envision or try to feel it filling your cells, with the oxygen, all from head to toe. And you feel the oxygen. You try to envision them filling your cells. You know what I'm saying? Your blood cells and all that. And then you concentrate on your feelings of your extremities, your chakras, and go up, But, dude, usually I don't even have that time to do that. Like, usually before you know it, I'm dreaming weird shit. And, like, I feel like, dude, already, like, I'm on God, you guys, like, I'm tapping in quick with it. I meditated twice today. And I'm tapping in quick. Not even gonna lie. I'm dreaming things. Dude, I'm tapping in quick, dude. I feel it. I can feel it. I'm probably going to go, like, check out Joe Dispenza. He's really, really good. See, that's the thing, though. The veils are thin on anything that does alter the mind, yes. But you don't need that. You can actually do it without. You're probably better off to try doing it without. Energy feels like a fluffy sweater. Awesome. Don't connect with the graves. Pray and fast. Sure. The stars up above sing to us. You can get higher vibration unless you're willing to let go of the negative. I feel you. Andrew Callan, I do it without. Shadow work. Our brains produce DMT naturally. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Listen to 432 Hertz as well. What's shadow work? I'm curious. Misty. See you later, Mary Beth Smith. What? Tanya Miller? Apparently DMT stays in your system forever, even after death. It enters the earth. Wow. Yeah, that's why I say stick to the psilocybin. Ah. It was just confused and scared. Who? Yeah, I love this conversation, you guys. This is so cool. Most of my lucid dreams are about wormwood like a shower of asteroid. I don't understand why. But it's natural as well. Isn't DMT man-made? I'm Wiccan and firmly believe in shadow work, sure. Dealing with your own personal darkness is called shadow work, and it never ends. I love that, Misty. I love that. Thank you, Mary Beth. My dad told my grandpa when he was born who was there. I believed him. That's crazy. DMT comes from tree bark? Are you talking about iboga? You're talking about iboga root. Yeah, but when you take it, you're getting man-made stuff, aren't you? When you actually do the drug. Isn't that man-made? Extracted from where? Okay. Okay. I smoked it. See, that don't seem right to me. If it's smokable, that don't seem right. That seems man-made and faked. I almost suggested shrooms to the guy with epilepsy, too. Yeah, I'm not about that life anymore. I might do the psilocybin, but that's it. As far as I'll go. But it's weird. Did I tell you guys about that guy who said if I wanted the gnomes to come visit me and take me to their world? Did I tell you about him? I said it in my... This dude swears it. He called them the elves. He said they got manufacturing centers under the earth and all this stuff. On God, dude. On God, y'all. On God. He hit me up. And he was serious as a heart attack. I could swear it. He was. I know he was. He was not even joking, dude. He swears it. He was so freaking serious, dude. Like, it freaked me out. He's like, but the only thing, he's like, he messaged me and I'm like, I always humor people, guys. Just to see what they say. If it's really outlandish, I always humor them. I act like I believe them because I don't want them to think I think anything because I don't. You know what I'm saying? But I want to see what they're going to say. So I humor every interesting conversation. Because, dude, you never know what you're going to hear. Sometimes it's freaking amazing. And you're like, dude, this guy ain't lying. You can tell by the accounts, dude. I can read. You know one thing I've been getting good at, too, since I've been doing this stuff? And the vibe work and the energy work? I've been getting good at reading people's energy, bro. Like, I can read energy hardcore. I can tell when you're a bullshitting liar pretty quick. I can tell when everybody in the room knows something you don't. You know what I'm saying? I can tell the fake ass effers from the real. Instantly. Peg you right now. You know what I mean? Even if I fake it. It's weird. Now I feel energy hard. It's like my gut tells me when what I'm thinking in my head is a possibility. It's like my gut tells me, you're right. It's weird. Swear to God, bro. My gut tells me. I'm tuning in, I feel like. Sorry. That's so funny, Kelly B. She said, I used to see people's auras as a kid, And the color orange and black used to make me puke. That's why, I wonder. Is that evil? Sorry, I'm not laughing. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm starting to, and I noticed from meditation, y'all, that I'm gaining this. Weird. I can just feel it. I know when I'm right. Whoa, gnarly. What? Crazy, Christine. She said, I pulled my ex from in front of a bus and saw the bus go through him as I was a bit slow. But he's obviously, like, legit. Yeah, Kiki doll, I can tell within 60 seconds what kind of person you are. I don't need to verify. I just know. People lie. Wouldn't matter if you were wrong, because they'd lie either way. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't matter if you were wrong. If you were right, they'd lie. If you're wrong, they'd be telling the truth, but they'd lie if they were right. So it don't matter. Most likely, if you're giving them shit, they did something to deserve that shit. You know what I mean? Thank you for joining, Nephilim. Oh, shit. It's like they grasp your heart chakra and make you want to puke. Yeah, absolutely, Kelly B. I can always feel it. Sure. My empathy is still there. I'm empathetic for people who deserve it. But I'm starting to really, really alter that empathy for people who don't. I'm just cutting you the fuck off. Done. Not playing. If you are throwing my energy, I am cutting you off. Instantly. Bye. Sorry. If I have to see you, I'll tolerate you. But I'm not going to be real with you. I've just seen too much turning lately, y'all. Even before I started getting anywhere. I've just seen too much turning. Dude, when you put yourself out there and you tell somebody they're your best friend and all this and that, and they hang out, you know, one thing I can't stand. One thing I can't stand. I don't know if you guys deal with this shit. When you have a friend, don't matter, guy, girl, mostly bud. You got a buddy. And I don't know if it's just this new kids on the block thing or what, but you take that buddy over to another friend's house where the crew chills, you know what I mean? Like where people kicking it. And then that's your buddy. Like that's my boy. I just introduced him to y'all. Whatever. Before you know it, like, and I've noticed this, it's especially with people who do not know how to be by themselves, not know how to be in self, who constantly have to have people around them because they know they are not doing well in life. They know they're not winning. They know they're going nowhere fast. So they constantly need people around them to verify their existence. Because if they're by themselves, they start to reflect and they cannot stand who they are. So they constantly need propped up by others. They constantly need distraction because they can't stand themselves. That is the type of person who does this. But how many friends I've chilled with, like even my own family, bro, be stealing my friends, like trying to go out of his way or their way to steal your freaking friends. Because you don't go hang out there all the time. Because you're busy trying to get somewhere in life. Trying to make moves. They get butthurt and they steal your fucking friends. And then you finally get time to go over there and chill. And you're the odd man out. You're the one that's not in the loop. The guest, the new guy. Bro. And it's like they like to make you feel that way because they make you feel inferior when you feel like that. Because they're so butthurt because you're killing the game. And they ain't going nowhere fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people I've seen Boot play that shit? Like, I just quit messing with it. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't... Bye. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not that I'll still be cool with you. But why you gotta steal my friends, bro? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Dylan Lawhorn. And that's facts, Jack. He says, if that's the setup, none of them clowns were ever your freaking friends. But they act like they want you to be so bad. But on the same point is, I probably, a lot of times I set myself up in that situation. Like, I set myself up because I ain't on their level. Meaning, I won't be a fucking bum who lives off mommy and daddy, don't have no job, ain't going nowhere fast. You know what I'm saying? I'm making moves, baby. I got money to make. You know what I mean? Like, you're mad at me for it? You're going to act like a hoe because of it? I don't have time for that no more. I just write it off. I don't even chill with them. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like this growth point in my life, and I don't mean to bring it up or overbeat that subject up. But like, for example, like this. I found out that, so check this out. I get pissed off as hell because I live on, and sorry, I'm not trying to be negative. So I'm going to roll back. I get pissed in this situation. I get pissed. So I'm not going to let the emotions come. Just suppress the emotion. So I live about, half mile off of a main drag right here. Okay. And it's a residence. It's all houses. Each of us probably have an acre, but there's probably 7, 8 houses right in a row that run from the main drag that runs north and south. Okay. North and south. I'm on the left. I take a left and I'm dirt. It's dirt. All right. And my place is about half a mile or so, probably from the main drag. So I got mad. I was getting angry because people, and not people, but mostly these trucks, you know what I mean? These loud ass, bunky ass, no muffler having, trash ass, hillbilly, redneck trucks that barely run, but they're loud as a bitch. All bark, no bite. They're not even remotely fast, but they like to pretend they are. They put it to the floor from the corner. Right? And they fly past my house. Like, dude, sometimes going 80 on the dirt road. That shit makes me so angry. I don't know about you guys, but that really bothers me. You know what I mean? For one, I have dogs. I put a slow little guy, like a little kid with a flag that's green. I put it in the front of the house. It works for classy people. But then I started noticing it happening more, and I thought, you know what? I feel like they know, because then it was like, it wasn't just matting it from the corner, right? It was getting to the house 2 houses down and then matting it to the floor just to go by my crib, then letting off 2 houses down. You know what I mean? Because I tell people, like people that I know, how much it pisses me off that people do that. You know what I'm saying? My mistake, bro. My mistake, bro. From telling people that. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of being decent or classy, like most people that you think you could confide into and tell that, especially considering my sister's dog just got hit out there. Like, the other night, dude did it. Okay? I was just chilling. And I don't play, bro. I don't play. They got it past me the first time because I was in the house chilling, caught off guard. But the next time I got the red dot out. You know what I mean? Just a laser, but they don't know the difference. Or is it? You know what I mean? And I'll just hit them the whole way down the road. I don't care. Turn around. I wish you would. Because that's straight disrespectful. You're talking shit, bro. You know what I mean? You are running your mouth without being man enough to stop and run it. So, then, that same night, that fool goes, right afterwards. He got me that first time I didn't come outside. But then the second night, or not the second night, but the same night, the second time, this idiot thought he'd get a little ballsy or something. And he goes around the block to do it again. Boy, I was ready this time. You know what I mean? So I hit him with the green dot. It's just, you know, it's just one of these. You know what I mean? So it ain't gonna, but they don't know that. It could be a 223. They don't know. Yeah. It's just scare tactics. Most of the time I take it right off because I don't want to get in trouble. Take the laser right off. But they don't know that. So I've seen how a lot of times usually they'll hit on the brakes or they'll react in some type of way. Right? Yeah, 5.56, yep. A lot of times they'll react in some type of way. Right? And they'll hit their brakes or be like, what the hell's going on? This dude didn't, bro. He just kept driving, not even hit his brakes, like slow as hell. Right? I was like, you knew me, bro. I know you know me now. You knew that was coming. You knew that was coming. Otherwise, you would have just, you know what I mean? You didn't even react. So I got a good look at his whip. Single cab. Early 2000s. Z71 Chevy. They're not super common anymore. Square bodies. We from the country around here, you know what I'm saying? Square bodies. Rusted out piece of crap. And then I go to I'm not even going to mention who it was exactly. He knows. He knows. Fam. Maybe want to tear his freaking face off. Like, why are you doing that to me, dog? That's how it is? How long? And dude, it had been going on for a minute. Why are you doing that to me, dog? You know? It hurt. It hurt. Especially when they knew that I just lost my sister's dog in that same road. And I got another little puppers out here. I pray you, I hope that it never, because if it did, dude, you don't even want to know. I'll probably go to jail. Because it'll be a session. He's testing me because he's scared. He already knows what time it is in that department. Trust me. My sister used to do on him till they were 10 and 11 years old. My sister used to get him all the time. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, and then recently, I don't know, man. A friend, like, who, my, you know what I mean? Like, low-key kicking it with, like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. He's still mad, Misty, yeah. He's so mad, bro. And I don't get it. I don't treat him any type of way. I just ain't, you know, sometimes I don't come over because I got shit to do, bro. It's nothing personal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the type of person, I love you no matter what. To me, family is everything. But to some, it ain't. And I'm starting to see that. You know what I mean? To some, family means that they're quicker to actually stab you. But to me, I was changed different. I was raised different. You know? I was raised you're supposed to have fans back. Not do dirt like that. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry, but yeah. That whole driving by my house thing, that's weird. That's weird. That really bothered me. Strange times we are in. So then, I relayed to this little, you know, because of course, you know, he of course he has to pick up my slop. You know what I mean? To make himself feel gangster. You know? So I relayed the message through her. And the last time I heard somebody drive by, they didn't gun it until they got down to about the third house down, past me. Like, wanted to, but knew what time it was. You know what I mean? Do it. Ha! I don't get like that very often, you guys. I'm a nice person, but... You know, though? Yeah, for real. Dude, this is real life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, yeah, he cut off, so is she. It don't matter. But it's like... That's the type of stuff I've been dealing with, you guys. Already, bro. Already. Wasting no time. Soon as I started getting it. It's shitty. It does hurt sometimes. You know what I mean? Especially when you're nothing but kind, usually. Just odd, man. Odd. And like somebody said, it's small town shit, maybe? Is that Podunkville bullcrap right there? I don't know. Yeah, same guy I'm talking about. Shannon, good to see you, girl. Not my brothers. No. Cousin. Goofy ass shit. Yeah, that's how I felt too. And like, dude, literally, people will try to have you over every single night just so you don't create. Just so you don't get on here. I already did, bro. I already did. I relayed the message he needed to hear. And I'll still love him even after all this. But I'll never help that fool. I will never help that fool. When before I might have, if I got good and got set up. Before I might have put him on or something. If I get good. But now, I don't care if I make 10 million. Not a 20, bitch. You know what I mean? That's how it's going to be. People want to do that and play that shit. They want to bite the hand or anything like that. And I'm not trying to say that I'm feeding, because I ain't. But wouldn't you think in your head, like, to me, I'm like, you have a friend or a fucking person that's close to you that is popping on YouTube, bro. I would be like, bro, what do I got to do? How do I got to do it? Put me on. Help me. And I would do it. I've offered it. But they don't want to help themselves. They want you to do it all for them. They don't want to learn how to create. They don't want to learn how to make videos. They just want you to give them all the ideas, set them all up, and spoon feed it. And that's just not how it works. You got to put in the work too. Yeah, no, I know. I had to learn quick, you guys. I did. I'm talking quick. I mean, I'm scared. I'm scared at times. Like people are going to, like, sabotage me. You guys, I am thinking right now, like, this is how bad it's been. I'm worried the mailman is throwing away my code. Like, that's how weird I'm thinking, bro. Because they know probably what YouTube codes look like. Like, that's the sabotagery that I've been dealing with and thinking. You know? That's messed up. And you know, it ain't just him. It's, you know, the way I was treated when I went to my mom's. By people. Not my mom, of course. It was really weird. It was really odd. And it was from the time I stepped to the door. You know what I mean? Like my own parent, but not my dad. It just felt really weird. It felt like gunning. He just didn't mad, bro. Like, I don't know. Really weird. Like, it's something I feel like people that do go somewhere, do something special at all, maybe they have to deal with that. Maybe that's why they move. Maybe that's why they leave usually and go somewhere else. Maybe that's why they go to, like, Cali or Carolina or Florida, they get the hell out of Dodge. Almost every time, too. Like, if you see anybody hit a lick at hometown, they get the frick out of Dodge, dude. Yeah, fresh start. Yup. Go somewhere where it's the lifestyle. Like, where other people, you know what I mean? Not where it's a bunch of broke people. Where other people got it. Like that. Or they're set. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if that's what it is. I don't know. But it's really, because, you know, I'm an empath, dude. Like, and dude, like, it's not like I haven't suffered, dude. Like, my sister, you know, I've always took care of my father since I could, you know, since I graduated out of college. I've always helped my dad. And now I just, my grandma went to the home. So his younger brother, my uncle, is now living with us and on my property and living in, you know, and I'm helping him. You know, he asked for, I mean, bro, he asked for money every day. And he had 10 siblings and my grandmother was taking care of him. And I'm getting, you know, I get it. That's fine. I'll do it. Just because that's me, but. And people are, and after all that, bro, people are still mad because I finally did find something at 34 and it's special. And it's not like I ain't been spreading love always, bro. You know? Like, I don't know at this point, like, damn, I thought it was okay for it to be my turn. I thought it was okay for me to not be miserable and sad and depressed for once in my since college. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be real with you guys. I had a lot of hard times, dude. I was struggling with life. I was depressed, fully. You know? People knew that. But it's like when you're down, they're happier about it. You know? Now that I'm like, it's like, I just figured people would be more receptive to the idea of me winning. But they're not. At all. It's weird. It's definitely took meditation. Thinking the right thoughts, not negative. You know. But other than that, I don't know. That's my rant for today. You guys are sometimes like the only people I feel like I can really talk to. That don't just roll their eyes. And they're like, F you. Or whatever. You know what I mean? Just whatever. I don't know. If you guys can relate, dude. You know what I mean? I'm with you guys. Like, just because I'm doing this doesn't mean I ain't hurting too. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. No, bro. 1:44. I'm already an hour and 151 minutes in. That's true, Nifty Biscuits. Cute. Your whole family done? Yeah, bet we all going through it, huh? Like you said, weird times, bro. See, like, I feel you on that. At least they're there for you, Jordan Hess. Thank you. You know what's like weird? For some reason, it seems like the ladies hang out a little later at night. I like seeing ladies in my chats. I love the ladies. I love you. I love girls. I like the girls, man. I like girls' vibes. It's just warming. It's motherly, right? I miss having a good lady, man. For real, for real. I'm in need for some love, man. I know, right? I know. I'm just saying it. There's just definitely. I don't usually like, dude. You guys should see my analytics, bro. Like my analytics are like 86% dudes, and the rest is the percentage is chicks. Like that, it's for the content as far as like the fans. You know what I mean? Funny. Dude, they never end up being close to me, though. He said, Dylan Lawhorn, bro. Tell them, ladies, all the good ones taken, thoughts rampant out there. I will. I've been talking to a cool chick, man. She's gorgeous. I kind of had to lay it out to her, like, straight up earlier today, though. I was like, here's the fucking deal. Like, and it's like, dude, I'm always hesitant and stuff, but like, she's a decent, good girl. She's loyal. She's sweet and kind. And just a straight 10. She got pregnant young and then had the kid. The dad left or like bailed. And then she ended up with this other dude. And dude, you know, he's a decent guy, I think. Like, she's way out of his league. It's lucky, good timing on his part. But, I don't know, bro. Like, my situation, I'm not there yet. Like, I don't have a house. I have a house, you know what I mean? But, like, my dad and my uncle are living in the house portion, and they've got it just freaking messed up. It's going to just need bulldozed and a new trailer brought in, or whatever I do. But hopefully not a trailer. Hopefully something better. But even a double wide, dude. Like, and I'm not hating on trailers, bro. Like, they're nice. They make double wides, dude, that you could dig a full basement on, and that's more than enough for a single guy. You know what I mean? Right now I'm in a 37-foot fifth wheel. You know, and she got a daughter, right? So it's like, how am I going to I'm not even going to sit here and pretend that I'm going to, you know, like move you in. You know what I mean? So I really don't have the means yet to, and let's face it, I mean, you know, the future's bright, but at the moment I'm still at ground zero. Trying to make moves, you know, I will, but I can't provide like I need to. You know what I mean? Like, so a lot of times I don't even try and pursue at this point. I'm just like waiting more or less till I get a place, my own spot, a new whip, you know. It's going to be a good feeling. Long time coming. Good feeling. Well, no, I wouldn't be like the second choice. I'm technically like, obviously, it's the obvious I'm the first choice, but like, more or less, I more or less kind of called it off. Like, not yet. But, I mean, I'll still, you know, talk to her and stuff. She's like she hasn't seen a lot, dude. She hasn't done a lot. For as beautiful as she is, she didn't go to college, she didn't party, she didn't live that life. She's been a mom, and then with this guy, like, she's been kind of sheltered. Which I don't mind. She's loyal to boot. Like, that's probably the only reason she is loyal. No, I'm sorry. That's terrible to say, but, and that goes for men too. Like, I swear loyalty is just dying trait, dying trend. And I'm old school. I will not cheat. As long as she don't cheat, I don't cheat. You know what I mean? I will never strike first as long as I know she ain't. Never. I don't play that. Everybody gets bored. I don't give a frick, dude. Show me the hottest girl in the world, I'll show you a guy that's sick of screwing her. And vice versa. Best looking guy in the world, there's a chick that's sick of him. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, you get sick of the same. But it's looking at it from a perspective of, it's not just about hooking up, bro. You know what I mean? It's become too much about sex and not enough about just being companions. All about attraction, all about lust. There's no love. All love is lust, lust is gain. They want that first year high forever, and it don't exist. Yeah, making a life together. Being PICs, bro. I want to be able to bury a body with you, baby, and you don't snitch. You know what I mean? Type shit. Not in real life. You know? How cool would it be to find a chick that would actually vibe with me and actually help me in my, and not even necessarily just saying it's about me, but a chick like that would be like, hey, I want to hop on this shit. Like, put me on. Let's go. Let's do a podcast, or, you know, whatever, bro. This chick, like, I told her, I'll put you on. She's definitely hot. She's definitely hot enough. Like, she is gorgeous, you guys. I'm not even joking. It's like, she's so hot. She's the most beautiful chick I've ever even remotely talked to, probably. Tried to get. She is so gorgeous. Like gorgeous. She could get put on, I guarantee it. If I put her on TikTok, I could have her busting out in no time. It's like, it'd be cool to find a chick that was on that vibe. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't even care, dude. Maybe I don't even know. But, dude, just something that she would be like, dude, I want a chick that's a nurturer. I don't need some chick that wants to go to work and be this power bitch and fucking make a bunch of money and try and compete with me, bro. I don't want that. I don't want to compete, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need that. That's another problem. Ever since the women started working and making money, now it's competition, bro. There's a lot of competition in the household now. You know what I mean? That's another thing that's wrong. Now they're competing in the household, husbands and wives. Who makes more? Who's got what? Who's got this? Who's got that? Clout, clout, clout. That's ridiculous, bro. I even see it. Like, dude, I saw it with my parents. I love my mom and stepdad. I don't even like talking. But I could see them competing about it one day. Who makes more? You know, Ma got the cake on that. But he was like they were acting like jelly. I'm like, wait a second. What? No. That's not how it's supposed to be. What's mine is yours. If I'm a millionaire, my girl's a millionaire. It ain't a competition. If I get that money, I'm going to set her up to get that money. You know? I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just old school or something weird. Yeah, you know? Like, who was it? This dude was rapping about it. Might have been Polo G or somebody. No, somebody else, older. He was like, put my lady on, got a business, now she's a millionaire. I was like, that's what's up. That's what's up. You know? Gushers for days, huh? It's gotten harder, guys. I'm just telling you right now. I'm going to tell you right now. 9 out of 10 relationships fail. 9 out of 10 marriages fail. 9 out of 10. Guarantee it. Want to check the stats with me? 9 out of 10 end up in divorce or broken up. Used to be 7. Now it's 9. I guarantee it's 9. Guarantee it. With the social media and all that shit, bet. Oh, Dylan, you gonna go there, ain't you? You know the answer to that. Chia, you know it, bro. He said you can prevent divorce by not getting married. Yacht. They break your heart, for real. She said, don't look at stats, they break your heart. Yeah, dude. See Ruben Gonzalez? Hey, what up, my guy? Good to see you. He said everything was a competition with her. Bet. Serious. That's where I'm at with it, Rachel. Reuniting us with the Gartho. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I'll never get married. Bet. I'll never get married. You want to know why? Because I want to keep my assets. My money's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll help her, but I'm going to keep my shit. Because you know what? What seems to be the dynamic that wrecks marriages is the sharing of money and assets. The sharing of everything you own. Everything you get together, the joint accounts, it should just be separate. They should just keep it separate. That's the biggest problem, I guarantee you, is when assets start sharing. Because then the person who's contributing more feels like they're getting screwed. Or you know, the one who don't do as much takes advantage. Marriage is a tax agreement. Bet. Well said. But, dude, and you know what though, Recluse? He said, I've been with my girl 17 years and we never got married. Bet if you got married tomorrow, you'd be divorced within 2 years. For some reason, it's like that, dude. I actually had a coworker, dude, who never got married to his old lady, his wife. They'd been together for 25, 30 years. And, they never got married or nothing, but that's those situations like yours, bro, right there. Those situations are the only ones I see successful, that they don't ever get married. On God. They don't ever get married. Maybe. I don't know, man. I think marriage is just a dying institution. Unfortunately, today's age. You know what they do in Inner Earth? In Inner Earth, they call it like a courtship or something. It's sub-marriage. It's sub-marriage. And it's gone in knowing that it's just a dry run. That's how they do their relationships. They go in knowing that it's just a dry run and that they can bail at any time. And then they can go on to another one. You know what I mean? Like one thing that she said about Inner Earth is it wasn't like you met this divine soul and you only hooked up with them for your whole life. They had this label called something, I can't remember exactly, but it was sub-marriage, and it was a deal between you and that person that it's not that level yet. We're feeling it out, but it's a possibility. It ain't going to work, and we'll just move on to the next one or whatever and call that a courtship or whatever. And then, yeah, and it works. And then there's a next level. The marriage level is only for true divine souls like that intertwine, and that they're going to be together. And once you sign that contract, like it is a whole nother level. Like they make it, it's really thought about, because they live forever, right? They live forever, bro. So forever is forever. You know what I mean? So that's the beauty of living forever. They can trial run and trial run and trial run and trial run and trial run. You know what I mean? They can trial run for 500,000 years before they finally decide to find that one. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, success. Since we're on some relationship shit. Anyone watch sports, bro? Bro, I used to love sports. And actually, as soon as I get my money, I'm buying a TV for this bitch, and I'm going to put it on sports. I'm planning on it. I used to watch SportsCenter a lot. I love the NBA. Love the NBA. Oh my God, arranged marriages must be pure hell. Yeah, I could agree with that. Sorry I kind of got off topic tonight, you guys. My bad. Yeah, I've been hearing so much about Dune, bro. Dune. What's that on? Like the Cowboys, huh? All right. Man, Dak, dude. You know what is funny? That happens every time, bro. Like Dak Prescott demanded that big money. And what's he been ever since? That's God, dude. Dak Prescott demanded all that big money. He's been injured ever since. I've seen that happen so many times. Every single time a quarterback becomes the highest paid in the league, they get injured the next year. Especially if they hold out and don't think of team before self. I like the Niners. Alright, I got Amazon Prime, bro. Yeah, right. I hear you, Sarah. Where you from? Yeah, see, I'd fucks with that. Commitment ceremonies. For sure. Never seen American football, Beth? Don't leave me again. What? I know, bro. Don't even get me started, dude. I was talking to somebody about that today. These new kids don't even... I feel bad for these new age kids. It's gotten too fucking weird out here. Shit's weird. I am. Germany and Oklahoma. I like it. Yeah, truth be told, Dylan, well said. Sooner. You know, and not that, I wouldn't hang out with you, Sarah, but I would have a hard time dating a chick named Sarah because my sister's name was Sarah. I've thought about that in my head. Is that not, to me, is that not, I feel like that's legit. Or is that weird? I just would have a hard, and it especially spelled the same. It'd just be hard. It'd be weird. Which is kind of whack. Is that whack? I don't know. I guess you got to be in that situation. Wouldn't you guys? Does that make sense? Yeah, yo, right? Like, I just would not, hey, Sarah, you know what I mean? Like, no, bro, like, that's sacred, bro. Yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying, Yoda? Nah, man. That's my sister, bro. That's the only Sarah. And that's messed up, though. I like Sash. I love it. That's cute. I could call you Sash. See, I'd almost have to make a name up. Yeah, because I couldn't call you Sarah. Yeah, Stepsis got stuck in the dryer again, he says. Yeah, too bad I'm in Michigan. Too far away, honey. He said, I love it. He said, I couldn't date a girl because she had the same name as my dog. Sounds dumb, but it was too weird. Oh, that's great, bro. That just fucking made me laugh. That's great. Oh, that's funny, bro. That's so funny. Oh, hell no, bro. I ain't working on no damn oil crew, bro. I'm making good money right here. I love it right here. But I appreciate the offer, bro. I'd do it if I had to. Yeah, what was the name, bro? What was the name? Come on. Lily or something? I got a buddy with a dog named Lily. Bella. All right, Sierra. Okay. Sierra. Okay. It would be weird, bro. That's awesome, bro. He's like, I ain't changing my dog's name, Vic. Get the hell out of here. Oh, man. Hilarious. I don't know if I'll get monetized for this live. See you later, Miss Beth. So Rod, you look cute. So Rod, you look cute. Flickster, is it gonna like contaminate my computer or whatever? That's just funny, bro. Hey, I appealed that and they overturned it. Crypto donation address? Yeah, Oilfield is where the money's at. Yeah, you cute, Dragon Lion. Alright. Flixtor. Should I at least close it with this story real quick, guys? Let me at least close it with this story real quick. Hold on. I'm not going to read the whole thing. The Smoky God. The voyage to Hollow Earth is the story of a Norwegian, Olaf Johnson, and his father and their trip on a sailboat to Inner Earth via the glaciers of the North Polar region. Olaf Johnson was born in 1811 and was 19 years old when he took that fateful fishing trip with his father between April and June of 1829. It was after they reached Franz Josef Land from Stockholm that the two decided to venture even further north, where they believed they would find the land of the chosen. So they actually knew what they were going for. They were going for the Hyperboreans. This is that flat earth vibe, guys. I'm telling. This is that flat earth vibe. And I consider myself, dude, I've done a lot of research, you guys. I've done a lot of reading, and I've done a lot with this shit. And I consider myself to be kind of, with the stuff and knowledgeable, you know what I mean? The way people disregard flat earth is ignorant. It's wrong. It's just it's wrong. You're wrong. You know what I mean? It could be, it could not be. But I'm just telling you, it should not be written off so quickly, and they should not be treated like quacks. Just saying. Just saying, bro. How did I lose my place? Come on. Okay. Alright, so they were making their way to the land of the chosen. After escaping a fierce storm and perilous icebergs, they sailed smoothly for 11 days. Always in what seemed to be a northerly direction. A few days later, they reached the shores of a mighty river, which further carried them inland. For another 10 days, coming to around the 1st of September. And it said on flat earth theory that there was a mighty river at the northernmost portion. A few days later, they reached the shores of the mighty river. They anchored on a sandy beach, whereupon they were greeted by 6 giant men who immediately befriended them. According to Olaf's father, the people had large, beautiful houses adorned with gold, which was a very common metal there. Anunnaki? Some of the fallen? I don't know. The principal occupation was agriculture, and they had vineyards and grew grain. The vegetables and fruits were lush and huge and exquisitely delicious. The trees in the forest and animals were also huge, and the air invigorating. John G. Bennett wrote a research paper entitled The Hyperborean Origin of the Indo-European Culture, in which he claimed the Indo-European homeland was far in the north, which he considered the Hyperborea of classic antiquity. That'd be a good read. Hyperborea was the golden age polar center of civilization and spirituality. I wanted to read this one. It says it right here, I think. Mankind does not rise from the ape. So this is a theory. Mankind does not rise from the ape. This was some guy's theory. I don't agree with it. But progressively devolves into the ape-like condition as it strays physically and spiritually from its northern homeland. Robert Trudeau first related the Hyperboreans to an ancient astronaut race of reputably large white people who had chosen the least warm area on Earth because it corresponded more closely to their own climate on their home planet. You remember only one deluge, though there have been many. You and your fellow citizens are descended from the few survivors that remained, but you know nothing about it because because so many succeeding generations left no record in writing. Check it. Now listen to what I got to say here real quick, y'all. The change in the rising and setting of the sun and the other heavenly bodies. Listen to this. How in those times they used to set in the quarter where they now rise, and used to rise where they now set. The change in the rising and setting of the sun and other heavenly bodies. How in those times they used to set in the quarter where they now rise, and used to rise where they now set. Meaning our sunset and our sunrise is backwards compared to what it used to be. That's weird. What's that mean? What would have changed for the sunset to change, to rotate? The pole's changing, right? Would that change it? Later, God is gangster. Polar flip. Must be. Well, I'm not saying I know for sure whether flats are flats, whatever, Earth is flat, I don't know. I'm just saying I don't think people should discount it. So yeah, the pole's changed. And I swear, bruh. Of all the changes which take place in the heavens, this reversal is the greatest and most complete. There is at that time great destruction of animals in general, and only a small part of the human race survives. Huh? Wild. Wild, wild. The way this writes, and this is in 360 BCE by Plato. Dude, that was the other thing too there, Misty. When Tiamat exploded, possibly. But that was supposedly when, I don't know. In the Book of Enki, they talk about that like it was supposedly when Earth was created. You gotta go potty, puppers? Nah. Come on, my dude. Be careful. It's kind of a mess. Sorry, guys. I need to clean this bitch. Shit. Tweaked my knee the other day. Oops. Oh, they could figure that out by programming, probably. I'm not exactly sure what's coming. How do I see who's on live? I almost invited the Island Boys to a live yesterday, dude. But I didn't know how. They were on live, bro. It would have been lit. To get one of the Island Boys on live, it'd be funny. Flown around the world. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard to tell. I'm not saying, bro, but I don't know. Who are a waste of time? Thank you, hon. I appreciate you, Tanya Miller. I promise, dude. I promise it won't be no more Debbie Downer type negative shit, though. But I appreciate you guys hearing me a little bit. Oh, Island Boys? Yeah, bro, but it would have been funny. Come on, man. They're not as bad as people make them out to be, bro. Everybody hates them, but they ain't that bad. Thank you. Yeah, it's been hilarious. Cool. All right. I love it. Always lit. Always lit. No, you're good. You're good. No. I appreciate it. You give good information there, Rachel. I liked your theories. Yes, good night, guys. Good night. But yeah, I probably should get going myself. Really. It's getting late. Time for bed. Yeah, I can see the polls flipping, bro. Pretty easily, yeah. I've been on for a minute, bro. Too long. Come on, bumpers. Good boy, good boy. Yes. Yep. Yes, guys. I appreciate you all. I love you all. You guys are the best. Got the best fans in the world. Yep. And I probably will go live tomorrow. And I'm really going to try and post a video for you guys tomorrow. I promise. I'm going to post the rest of that Antarctic Secrets and all that stuff. So, hell yeah. I really enjoy it. I want to start trying to figure out how to make these lives a podcast. So, I'm going to figure it out. And thank you, my members. I appreciate you guys. And I'm going to do something special for you guys. I promise you. For real. No, you're good, Amity. You're welcome to talk more anytime, though, my guy. But we will see you, all right? Thank you, Sir Mark. I try, dude. I try. I try to keep it 100 with you guys. That's just the way I'm cut, bro. Like an eternal chat room. Yeah. No, they, Misty, and honestly, girl, I'd still love to hang out sometime with you. If you ever wanted to. By the way. We should. But, no, YouTube wants you to use this. YouTube sets you up with it. They set you up. They set you up with the team. Basically, you put the designs on tees, and anytime anybody orders it, they... What is that? First time I've seen that. What's that? Oh, thank you so much, Marie. I appreciate you. But no, for real, they set the way YouTube sets you up, like you set up the tees, in any order that anybody gets, this company does all of it. You just collect a check. Which is awesome. Which is awesome. So. But yeah. Hidden Basin in South Pole? No. Yeah, we should sometime. You look like you got a nice spot out there where you're at. Look like it was nice countryside. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, I don't know. I got it. Yeah, and I need a computer and shit. I got to look at it. I'll check it out. Aw, man, that sucks. Thank you, Francis. I appreciate you. Good old boy. I like it if you like it. Deal. For sure. All right, guys, I gotta go. Good night. Peace out, guys. Stay in the light. Love y'all. Think. Peace out, my fam from TikTok. Peace, guys.